What's going on, guys? Jared back with another video. Today, guys, I'm gonna be reacting to the different Scareclaw deck profiles that have either topped like a regional or a YCS here on yugioh prodeck.com. I also have some profiles that I've listed on here as well, too, guys, as you can see here. So definitely consider checking it out. I try and post more of my profiles that I do on the channel because try and get more people to check out the video and stuff like that. So I appreciate the love and support. If you guys love Scareclaw like I do, definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Also, let me know down below, guys, down in the comment if you would like me to react to other type of content or other YouTuber type of videos. This is the first time I've done something like this, so I figured I'd try it out and see how we do. I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts. I'm not saying anything's wrong with the deck or anything. Like, obviously, all these decks did very well. They did well for a reason, right? I'm just figuring I'd give my thoughts and my opinions on the deck since, I try and be the #1 channel for Scareclaw, so I thought we would discuss some of the profiles and just what I thought about the deck and maybe what I would do differently or anything like that, if anything that comes to mind. So let's dive in. Alright, guys, so this one we're looking at here is going to be, we definitely play on Scareclaw, Adeventure, Bystials, as we can see the Bystial package. So 3 Druid Swarms, they're running, and the 3 Magma Mutts. Pretty much the standard, then double Ash, of course, too. So this is just kind of a standard build, especially with it being right at 42 cards. So with this, you're more than likely that with this, I would assume, especially most people that play the adventure will always try and go first. So probably the best thing they're doing right is ending on Tryhard, setting in Perm, setting the Slash, getting out Griffin. Maybe having an Ash in hand and like one of your Bystials in hand for backup, something like that is going to be their best inboard as far as getting stuff out. And then maybe even crazier, maybe the Twins Chainsaw, something like that, so they can pop some cards to you. So I don't see anything too crazy that I probably would change here. I like seeing them because I've been pushing this the longest to running the 3 Tryhards, so I do like seeing them run the 3 Tryhards. And that's what they're running in the side deck as well. I agree with the Nibiru, definitely the alphas. And then we have the 2 sonars, which you could toss in, like if you end up going up against tier, so you toss them in. The Droll and Lockbird, I like this. Keep in mind these are also different formats too, so this would be really good against like Sprite, Flunder, Runic decks like that. Is probably why they're running this. Especially with the Cosmic, this was back, I think, also when before Mystic Mine was banned. So that makes sense for that. So nothing too bad here. I wouldn't change nothing too much, really, with this. I understand why they're playing what they're playing. Especially with it being more of a going first build. So I guess that makes sense. But for the next one, so this one's gonna be, this one got top 8 at the, I'm not gonna try and pronounce it, regional. Alright, so we got more of a pure version of a Scareclaw in this one. So we got basically Scareclaw, Bystial, and then 3 Fenrir. So let's see. Yeah, so they're just running this straight hardcore go against here. The only thing I probably would do out of these is cut the super polys. I probably would cut the super polys. Yeah, I'd cut the super polys, throw in a second arrival here, or if they like, since they're running Solemn Judgment, put one of them for a second Solemn Judgment. You could do that, or if you want to trade these for 3 imperms, I'd be fine with that too. But I would definitely want a second arrival here because we don't have enough Scareclaw cards for the Rich Heart to trigger. So it almost makes no sense to play Rich Heart at 3 because we don't have the cards to accommodate it. And I also would take out one of the field spells too. We really don't need it. I mean, I guess it's fine. But you are playing heavy enough package. It shouldn't matter too much. But I guess they're just trying to make sure they'll be on the safe side in case they don't get a Scareclaw in hand. They're going to guarantee it that way. So, I mean, it makes sense. I get it. But yeah, I definitely would trade the fusions out for something else. Wallow makes sense. I'm fine with that. I've liked Griffin. I've wanted to run Griffin myself as well in mine. So that's actually not too bad. I like the Griffin. For hire, I understand why people are end up running this one. Check one for higher monster you control and one of the monster you control special summon them, then you contribute. Yeah, because you're not going to resolve this. I guess they're just using it as a link to. Yeah, I don't see. Let me know. Comment down below, guys, if anyone else knows why they're using. I'm only assuming this. They're only using it as a link to. Uh, maybe to try and help get some of their their board or something like that. But as far as I can tell, like it doesn't do anything else for the deck. I keep seeing people play this, but I haven't understood why. Like there's no other like line of plays. At least with Blossom, right? You could go through and summon one more one of your Scareclaw monsters. We definitely need a third tryhard in here, so that would be good as well too. Especially with this version here, because you're playing heavy Bystials and heavy Scareclaw as well too. So I would have liked to see them put at least one unicorn, if not two unicorns in here. So like we could get rid of these super polys for even two, trade them in for two unicorns, and put in like another rival. That would be like another option here as well. All right, so we'll go on to the next one. So this one's another Scareclaw Adventure. Most of these are Scareclaw Adventure. That's the only profile I haven't done, guys. So definitely stay tuned. I'll try and build the deck as well. So far, from what I've seen, I'm not a big fan of this version, which is why you've never seen me personally talk about it. So I'll build it and we'll see if I can maybe even change my opinion on the deck. We'll see. So we've got a little mini Bystial package. They are running the Ultimate Slayer, so they are running some of the Ultimate Slayer package stuff. So that means to their side deck, right? They're going to run the Evil Twin Sunny so they can pop things by using the Ultimate Slayer, and then the alligator. He negates, right? Yeah, so he negates since he's being. So you're going to send it with Slayer, so you would negate one of their Exceed monsters. So like if they have Zeus, they have an Exo Sister, something like that, right? That's troublesome. You're going to negate it with that, or like the fusions, right? You could pop or draw a card, depending on what you need. So they're running the Ultimate Slayer pack, which I haven't seen really anyone do too much. So that's very interesting. They're running triple Book of the Eclipse, which is insane. So it's nice seeing some people run this because that kind of makes sense. Yeah, the only thing I would do is maybe not run the Super Polys, but I get why it makes sense for them to run the Super Polys because right they're playing the Ultimate Slayer package, so that it's doubles, right? It's good. You're good either way. So right, if you don't draw into your Ultimate Slayer, you get your Super Poly, or vice versa, right? I definitely understand the. As you guys know, I hate back row, so definitely agree with the triple Lightning Storm and Duster. Change of Heart, Desire, so they can go through, and the extra 2 cards with this deck's insane. Plus, not counting the extra stuff you're getting, like from the Rich Heart. Yet again, they're not running any. Okay, they're at the bottom. Okay, so they're running triple Arrival. So yeah, that's fine. We probably could have changed. Uh, Probably change these, something out for something else. But I get what they're doing. We'll see what they have here. Anti-fragrance, shifter, non-fusion. Yeah, everything basically just stopped here. So that makes sense. We'll try and go through these a little faster. A lot of these are very similar, so a lot of it's kind of the same stuff. Skullmeister, I haven't seen too many people run Skullmeister in a little bit. I was testing him out as well as too. I actually had pretty good luck with him. I was going to use him in the build that I was going to play in the YCS event. I think I took them out like towards the end because they were working pretty good. Then after I started doing more and more matches, I wasn't having as good luck or experience, however you want to kind of look at it, with him. So I took it out. I took him out of the build that I was running. All right, so we got punishment. We got the imperms. I was playing imperms too, so imperm was definitely very good, especially like in the sprite matchup, or even like in the flu matchup that the deck is a little harder for going through those two decks. So that's the imperms are definitely very good. Same thing with the Veilers, so that's good too. I've always talked about how have the room. Veiler would be a good card to put in the deck, so that's definitely a good pick. Love how they're running the 3 Tryhard like we always talk about. That's fantastic. Their extra deck are really good. This is probably the best extra deck that I've seen so far out of all the versions that I personally would agree with and probably would play myself. So I definitely love that. The Bystial package makes sense. Definitely hardcore meant to stop tier. They've got some siding for back row and things like that. So yeah, you could, I would basically side out some of the Bystials depending on what you're going up against to get rid of some of your back row stuff. Like if you're going against Exo Sister, right, getting the Lightning Storms and the Twins and their things like that. And then the time, then you got the Spooky Dogwood. So nothing too bad there, guys. I like that one here. So this one's a tier version. I haven't played this one in a while. I had a lot of fun with the tier version. Oh wow, they're running the OG. I've never actually seen anyone do this version. That's interesting. So they're running the crystal, the little rainbow bridge package. I haven't seen anyone do this yet for Scareclaw at all. So he's running this with that, so I guess you can go through and try and draw the what. Well, only can edit to hand, and then two try and get the extra uh the +5 off of that, depending on what he's got. So that's not too bad. I feel like the foolish burial goods is excessive, especially three of them. I mean, I get why they're playing the three Greaves because it's basically a free extender. Then you trigger your effects, fusion, and combo. So I mean, that's cool. That makes sense. Uh, Super polys, so you can fuse with their stuff, whether it be in a mirror match or something like that. Then trigger your effects. Of course, it's going to trigger theirs as well. So that's not too bad. I'm kind of fine with that. We've got that. We're playing 3 the field spell. 3 Scream. That's not too bad. I had a pretty good, decent experience with Scream. The only downside is they're not really playing any Scareclaw. They're just playing like the version Triff made, just with the Starfrost and the Ridgeland is the only downside. To me, like I would take one of these, one of these out and put at least a second Ridgeland in here. Especially if you're playing 2 of the field spell. Granted, obviously they're going to use it to go more for the Visa Starfrost is what they're playing for. But I would take one of these foolishes out and then go for a second Ridgeland, in my personal opinion. All right, they got yeah, I'm basically more against time and a mirror match, and Runerick or Mystic Mind, depending on this the format that was playing in. So another Scareclaw Tearlaments. This one got top 32 at YCS Utrencht. That's not been too long ago. That was back in October. So this one's... Oh, yeah, this is the one I was looking at right before we started the video. So this one's not too bad. Actually, I kind of like this profile a lot. They're basically just using this to dump, right? They're using it to dump the DS Frog like a lot of people were doing. Or the things like that, right? If you want to draw a card, you could do that as well. Plus, it's a fusion material, so you're plussing in multiple ways. This is kind of the essential point. And then you have the Albion Dragon to go with it as well too. So it's not too bad. That makes sense. 3 imperms. They're running 2 like I mentioned in just a second ago. So they're literally doing what I just had mentioned in the previous part here. They're playing 2 of him, and still the 3 Starfrost. 3 of them. That's fine. That's nothing too crazy here. The only thing that I mean, I guess I understand why they're playing. And plus, once this triggers off, usually it's a lot of plus in here, so that does kind of speed up the deck pretty good, not counting that you're milling like crazy with this. So, yeah, that's not too bad. And then we got the side. Alright, guys. I'm trying to go through them a little quicker. Hopefully, sorry I'm not providing too much comment, but a lot of them are the same decks over and over again, so it's not too, it's kind of hard to... so this is literally the... I clicked on a different one, right? Alright, so we clicked on... Alright, so we did that. Is this the... Alright, so we did both those. So this one's top 16. Dang, so a lot of people did really good with Scareclaw and at this YCS. There's 3 different ones that topped. That's ridiculous. I didn't know three had topped. So they're playing the same thing, but they're playing Dangers. It's crazy. None of them are playing like the version that I posted. Make sure you guys check it out. I'll link it in the YouTube cards in the upper right if you guys haven't seen my version. We'll definitely do an updated version. I haven't played the deck in quite a while, but I had a lot of fun playing the deck. The deck's insanely fun, and it fixes a lot of the issues. Well, at the time, it fixed a lot of the issues with the deck. Now that we have the Cashier cards, it's not as big as a deal if you're playing the Cashier version that I always talk about. So this one's basically the same. The only thing the difference, right, we're turboing things out with the Dangers to trigger your tier effects. We're not really playing anything Scareclaw. They just have a mini Scareclaw package yet again with the 1 Ridgeland. As many cards as they're playing yet again, I would run Ridgeland at 2. I would take out... What are they doing? Yeah, I would get rid of the set rotation. I know they're just using it for like that to get whichever you 1+ needed to thinning out the deck, which is a good way to thin out the spell cards of the deck so you're triggering more of your monsters. So, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I would take the set rotation out, or get these down to 2 and put the second Richard in. Because you're doing that because you want to do that because you want to justify having these in here too. Granted, you're mostly just going to use it to pull the Visa Starfrost, but I don't know. To me, I'm just uncomfortable. Plus, I always want to plus the extra draw to you. So yeah, I would either get rid of the set rotation, which I know is a really good move because you can get either one of these that you need depending on to get the last combo piece. So I probably would move the Branded and High Spirits down to 2 and put in the second Richard. That's the only thing probably I would change with this list. Other than that, it's basically the exact same list that we looked at from the other person. All right, this person made it well all the way to, I guess, 4 people top of this event. They made it to top 8 with this one. So let's see what they're doing different than the other ones that we've looked at. So they are playing the adventure package in this one versus the other ones weren't. Plus the dangers as well too. Plus they're playing Ghost Mourner as well too. Interesting. So they are playing the Illegal Knight, which is a crazy play with this deck. Triple Nibiru, which is crazy to see because a lot of people weren't playing Nibiru definitely during this form back in October. So I'm pretty sure they got a lot of people all surprised by playing triple Nibiru. At some of my versions, I was siding it in, especially against Rogue. So that's probably what they've got it in here is mostly against Rogue. Uh, so see, they're still playing the 3-star Frost. Uh, I would get rid of one of these. What they're playing triple Celic. Yeah, I get rid of one of the Celics for yet again another Richard. The same things we discussed in the previous versions, but well, maybe not. They're not playing 2 field spells here, so yeah, we would have to get rid of something else. But because if you put in a second one, you're gonna have to. I would put in a second arrival as well. Let's see. Yeah, they're not really playing anything else there, so that's nothing too crazy. Alright, and then the last one, Scareclaw Tearlaments, another Tearlament version, guys. It's sad that no one's playing the version that I had posted, using more of like the version that Triff did. So this is back when Snow was legal, so they were playing Snow in here. Definitely makes sense. Use it as an extender to go into your Abyss Dweller to keep the Shizu cards and the tier cards from triggering. Makes sense. Standard everything else. They are running Jet, which is very interesting. Oh, I'm guessing. Oh, I guess so. I guess they're okay. So I guess what they're doing. So right, go Elf. Yeah. So I guess what they're doing. I guess they're doing is they're going Elf. So they'll go Elf for like Dark Charmer, Special Summon Jet, Trigger Jet, pull Smashers. So that way they can get rid of whatever's on your side of the board, right? So they can go and get rid of like their Kakalos, Rukalos. They're not. Actually not playing Rukalos in some of these we've looked at too. I just thought about that. Well, okay, this is the back in October, so Rukalos was not out yet. Okay, that makes sense. It's early October, so Rukalos wasn't out yet, so that makes sense. Because they didn't come out till I think it was like 20th, 25th, something like that. So it was before Rukalos had come out yet in Darkwing Blast. So this is pre-Darkwing Blast, guys. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that makes sense. So they're using just that as an extender play to pull that, then get rid of something on your side of the field that's being a pain essentially. So that's what they're doing with that. And then yet again against, mostly against Rogue, Gamma, Red Reboot before it was banned, and the Resonator for time, and the Spooky Dogwood for time as well too. So that's not too bad, guys. I tried to give it thoughts I could, the best I could. Just going through. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are if you guys like doing stuff like this. My first time doing things like this, so I'll probably get better at it if you guys would like to see more things like this. But a lot of them were the same, so it's hard to figure out what else to critique other than stuff we had already talked about previously. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. I figured we'd share the success of our friends here that did very well with Scareclaw and share them off, since I feel like the deck still doesn't get a lot of attention. I just wanted to show the deck some love, and some love to the people that did very well with the deck. So shout out to everyone that topped in these multiple events with Scareclaw, even though some of them I hate that they were using it more as an engine than versus the deck. So hopefully something will happen where I can play in the event, because I plan on playing more of pure Scareclaw with obviously with other things mixed as packages, but more of playing, the entire Scareclaw build as you guys see me play and talk about on the channel at the time. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.